Hello class, tonight we are going to be discussing Gardner's multiple intelligences. Howard Gardner says it's not about how smart you are, it's about how you are smart. So just a little bit about Gardner. He's a professor of psychology at Harvard. He created the theory of multiple intelligences in 1983. And this was based on the idea that there is more than one way to identify a person's intelligence, or more than one way to tell how a person is smart. There are 7 intelligences, maybe there are some additional that are recommended. In the activity that you complete for class, you're going to be looking at a wheel, and on that wheel there will be 8 intelligences that I'd like you to look at. The first one is linguistics, words, and language. So what does this mean? This is written and spoken words. Some careers that people may have who are linguistic are lawyers, editors, teachers, professors, writers, PR people, television personalities. And strategies for learning to be better in linguistics include oral presentations, editing a paper, or reading. The second one is logical mathematical. This looks at logic and numbers. This is something I am definitely not. But this kind of person analyzes problems. They're awesome at math calculations. They work with reasoning and understanding. They look at cause and effect. Some possible careers for someone who is logical mathematical could include accountants, bankers, engineers, or researchers. Strategies for learning to be better at this logical mathematical skill include creating webs or diagrams, assessing values of issues or processes. The third one we're going to talk about today is musical. This includes music, sound, and rhythm. This is an appreciation of sound and music, someone who can recognize tone and rhythm. Careers in this area include people such as singers, musicians, DJs, or acoustic engineers. Strategies for learning to be stronger in this area include music and song, listening to rhythmic patterns, writing music, or playing songs. Bodily kinesthetic and movement. This is eye and body coordination, physical agility, and balance. And I see that I have an error in this PowerPoint, but we're going to continue on. Careers include athletes, nurses, and physical therapists. Strategies for learning, putting things together, demonstrating or acting something out. Spatial visual images and space. What it is, it's the ability to interpret, create, and understand visual images. Understanding the relationship between images and objects. Careers in this area include architects, artists, photographers, and landscapers. Strategies for learning include designing images, pictures, taking pictures, creating collages, activities like this. Interpersonal, or understanding other people's feelings. What this is the ability to relate to others and their behaviors, understanding relationships between different people and different situations. Careers include people like counselors, healthcare providers, people in human resources, or people in sales. Strategies for learning to be better at your interpersonal skills include peer tutoring and mentoring, or working with small group activities. Intrapersonal, meaning self-awareness, is the awareness of one's own relationship to the world, or an understanding of self. Careers in this area could be writers or advocates. Strategies for learning to be stronger in this interpersonal area include setting goals, having reflections or journal writing. Next is naturalistic. It is the ability for one to relate to nature and have an understanding of the outside world or the world around you. Careers in this area can include biologists, zoologists, park rangers. Strategies for learning to be better at naturalistic skills include working in outside spaces or growing, learning, incorporating nature into your world. Next, existentialist, what it is, it's the deep thought about human existence or the meaning of life. Have you ever pondered, what is the meaning of life? Careers in this area include philosophers and religious leaders. And strategies for learning more about this area include working with debates or speeches, working to become better at arguments, or conducting research. Finally, moral. What is that? Moral is a deep look at the rules, behaviors, and attitudes that govern life. This is more of a challenge to determine if it's possible. What is moral? Is there a moral code? Do you have a moral compass? There are not necessarily job examples that I could give that fall under this moral code topic, but there are many professions in which being moral is extremely important. One of those being an educator. So where do you think your intelligence is? Last week in class, you were asked to complete an activity to find your strengths. This week, you will be applying those strengths in the activity. On the forum this week, there are a few questions for you to answer, and then there is an activity for you to complete under assignments, which I have given you an example to kind of get you started on how to complete the activity. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can either email me at stephanie.duffy-zimmer@westliberty.edu, or you can always text me.